And one fish, two fish. And one fish, two fish. And a red fish, blue fish. And a red fish, blue fish. I don't know, is my sound sounding weird again? You on the YouTube sounding weird again? You on the YouTube sounding weird? Yo, Art, how's it going? You on the YouTube sounding weird? Yo, Art, how's it going? Or is it Dave? I'm sorry. Hold on. You'll be on YouTube still making bread. Got it. All right, let's turn that off. Let me just double check, see if my filters are still on from last time. Click filters. My noise gate is on. My sound suppression is still on. Yo, Willie, how are you doing? Hopefully the sound's okay. Let's just double check the YouTube sound. Oh man, I got so much stuff open. I'm gonna be right back. I got too much stuff open. I forgot to close things. We're gonna do the I'll be back, and then I'm gonna close stuff, and then I'll be back. All right, we're gonna check. We're gonna check the YouTube ski. Which one are you? Is YouTube? Maybe that's YouTube. I think I'm gonna do special morphs today. The outfit I was working on, I've kind of got finished up. Where are we? I'm distracted by Doctor Who shorts. View my channel. There we go. We good? Shorts. View my channel. There we go. All right, sounds good to me. Am I on camera? There we go. All right, sounds good to me. Am I on camera? We still gotta make the. There we go. We still need the Kiwi. All right, I'm gonna turn that off. Just a quick reminder: this Friday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific time, which works out to 9 p.m. to 2 a.m. Eastern time. Dree will be doing her 5-year anniversary. That's why we got the Lady Haga over in the corner and the disco ball this week. So anyhow, 5 years on Twitch with Dree. Today I'm going to just try to just work on making special morphs for this outfit. So we're going to do some special morphs for the pants, for the maybe even for the gloves. For the gloves, I think I'm just going to have a on the ground morph, and we'll just put them on top of each other. We'll see how that works out. And also I need a couple, I want just a simple morph on the belt to open it up. Also, I need an undone version of the harness. So much to do, so little time. We'll see if we can even get we'll start with the pants. Let's get the pants in here. That is the wrong thing. You are not my content library. You're my content. You know what? I'm going to move my content library up here where I can actually see it. So if I got my parameters here, I can find my content library right there. I'm going to get these pants in here. I had the tunic selected. Let's try that again without the tunic selected. Let's do this. We'll start off with the hanging and on the ground morphs for these. Let's come. You got the shout out for Willie. Thank you, Charles. And we got the shout out for Charles. There we go. All right, I gotta change the resolution. I'm gonna save this. Mesh resolution. You are at base. You're not supposed to be at base. We'll fix that later. Mesh smoothing is off, so we are gonna export it just like that. Not here though. Over here. Into the pulp directory we go. There's the star heart. There's the whip. There's the morph files. We are doing tights G8. Let's do that right there. I'm going to do this. Accept that. Let's launch the. I saw that. I didn't get it, of course. DAS 225, DAS Alpha. I don't know. I haven't played with it. I don't think I'm going to touch it for a little while. I don't know. Maybe I should open. Can I? I think because it's an alpha, you can install it and still have your other versions installed. So maybe I'll just install it to play with it and see how bad they've messed up the UI. You know, because if it takes one click now, they probably want it to be 3 or 4 clicks. Rex is liking it, but he stays up to date on G9. And yes, alpha is the beta. Oh, I forgot to pop over and say hi to Rex. Damn it. I saw that you listed it over in my general thing. Let's open you up. There we go. So we're gonna make a few morphs on this. I think we'll do the Genesis 8, Genesis 9. Then we're gonna do morphs for Genesis 8, Genesis 9 on the tunic. And then I want to add just maybe a couple of morphs. I'm not gonna go crazy with the harness itself. I probably don't want to go too crazy with the tights. So here, let's do this. Let's get an avatar in here so we can work on this. Here's Genesis 8. We'll do the Genesis 8 ones. I don't know why your other streaming wasn't letting you comment. I don't know. Were you trying to comment on Twitch and it wasn't liking you? Mr. Bot? If you're a real bot, we would have banned you. All right, let's get the pants in here. Import add OBJ to garment. I think we're gonna do that. You were on mobile, right? For some reason, you couldn't get into the. I don't know. I don't think I had the permission set up weird. I think anybody's allowed to get into the announcements. Well, not my announcements, but there's the other people. I think I've got my announcements locked down. Oh, we are in the wrong folder. We're gonna come over here. Mobile can be funny sometimes. Nope, I'm in the wrong place. I went to Palace, not Pulp. Let's try this again. Sweetheart. Run whip. Morphs. Kites. There they go. We're going to play with these. Let's open that up. Let's say okay to that. All right, that's good. We're going to do, you know what? I'm going to do morphs without the figure to begin with. Let's do the on the ground morph. There we go. On the ground morph. Done. I'm actually going to tweak the settings on that just a little bit. All right, on the ground morph is done. On the ground morph 1, we do 2. File, export, OBJ selected. And we're going to say on ground 01. Save that. We can use this with both versions. Yeah. And undo that. Now I'm going to, our second on the ground one is we're going to lay it out neatly and then do on the grounds that way. And that is on the ground 2. I'm going to tweak this thickness actually to be 5. Now we're going to save that. File, export, OBJ selected. You are on the ground 2. We'll do some more one as if it's kind of on a hanger. Clipped on a hanger, which has nothing to do with the way this is. On the ground 2 is good. And we're just going to undo that. Are you going to go back into place? No, you are not going to go back into place. I hate it when that happens. I don't need you back just yet. I do want these back in here. I'm not crazy enough to fold these up nicely. What I'm going to do is we're going to do a couple of these. I'm going to come over here with the pen. We're just going to grab that. Just going to run that. We're just going to pull that up just a little bit so it's not touching the ground. Just like that. That's hanging. That's hanging too. Hanging 02. Actually, oh, look at that. It says thin, and I'm back to that again. But I really wanted it to be, there we go. All right, I'm going to save this again. Because this is the way I wanted to save it. Hanging 02, say yes to that. Okay to that. All right, I'm going to put you back. There we go. Get rid of that. All right, we're going to do a little bit of, we're going to put a pin here and a pin here. Pin here and a pin here and just bring those together. And that'll be hanging 1. Nope. There we go. I need that tool right there. Okay, so I'm going to grab that little spot there. I'm just eyeballing this. I missed that. I want that one right there. Maybe I'll grab those. And I'll just grab these. Then we'll just do that. And I'm just going to grab these 2 like so. And we're just going to bring those forward a little bit. Just grab these 2. Just going to bring these back. I'm going to line those up with the other ones. There you are. Put you like that. And I'm just going to tweak this one just a little bit. Do that. Give myself a little bit more offset in there. And am I on the ground? I am not touching the ground, so that's going to be hanging one. I think I'm going to, that's probably fine. Actually, I want to pull this out this way. That's not working. That's what I wanted right there. I wanted to hang like that. And I kind of maybe, can I just get you? This is a little hard. I want to kind of grab that and kind of, I'm going to kind of grab that. Why am I not? I'm trying to thread this needle through here. I don't know if I can do this, but let's find out. Let's grab you, and you know what? I'm just going to have to do that and hope that for the best. There we go. That's what I want for hanging one. I think that's going to be fine. All right, let's export that out. So these morphs can be used with either version. Hanging 01. All right, now I'm going to just do some. We're going to pull the sides, and then we're going to do some down morphs, and that'll be good for these. Yay, it's thin and welded again. We're going to. I just get you back to. There we go. Here are all these pins. Let's get an avatar in here. Okay, I'm going to turn gravity off for a little bit. Simulation properties. So what I'm doing right now, I don't want any gravity for, and I'm just going to grab this side and pull it out. I want it a little bit better than that. Let's try this again. Is good. All right. Simulate. Select that pin right there. There we go. And then we could. So that's going to be a pull left. I think I'm just going to say pull L. Looking good. We should double check just to make sure I'm not screwing anything up. Always forget to do that. Nothing quite like making a bunch of morphs and then realize you're working the wrong way. So let's load those in and see how it's going. Activate Morphloader Pro, choose my morph files, go looking for the projects. There we go. You. We are in morphs. We're over here in tights. I want these. Let's see how these worked. That no errors there, so I am optimistic. Whoop. Looking good. Yay. Yay, yay. Triple yay. Quadruple yay. Quintuple yay. Okay. We're moving in the right direction. All right, let's put that back. Like that. I'm going to undo that. We'll pull the right side. I don't know, maybe right about there. Get you out here. I want to stick around, but you just woke up from micro sleep at your Probably, yeah, before you get that keyboard forehead going. As classy as that is, to have the keyboard just imprinted to your forehead. Anyhow, take care, Willie. Thanks for popping in. It was good to see you, man. All right, export that. Unfortunately, I have to do this for both G9 and G8 and G9 for these morphs because the way they're fitted to the body. You are pull R. Looking good. All right, put that back. You know what? I'm going to just do this. Oh, delete all my pins. Let's do this one right here. All right, that's pull front. Looking good. Okay, I think that was fine. All right, put you back to there. Get rid of that. Do the back here. Grab those. Activate. Select. Pull. Select that. Export. OBJ selected. We're just going to take a quick peek and make sure I don't have anything in here that says 0 or is really small. If this number isn't looking good, it means I screwed up a morph, but we're looking good there. And this will be pull rear. Do that and say that's still looking good. All right, let's put you like that. All right, now we're going to do some down morphs. I'm just going to do some where we're just going to pull parts of the side down. Then we're just going to pull it down to the and that's it for this. And then we'll move on to the Genesis 8 version of the tights, or Genesis 9. Isn't this exciting? This is the tedium that I often do off stream. But you're lucky. Today you're lucky. Today you get to share in the tedium. So I'm gonna up the friction on this to make her really sticky because it helps hold things in place while we're tugging it around. Okay, so now she's really sticky. I still have my additional thickness at 5, so we're good there. So we're just going to run a series of, I'm going to take this and we're just going to pull this left side down, a bit like that, and I think that'll be good, so we'll export that. And I'm going to call that down L. Just put you back, and then we just do it for the other side. I already forgot how far I went down. I was kind of pulling there, kind of like that, and then maybe we'll just let that kind of, you know what, that's probably a good down right. Down R. Okay, let's see if we can get the front to pull down and stay kind of down a little bit, kind of like that. Only I want to. Actually, that's good. I'm liking how that's. So let's get that out of here. This is down front. Okay, we're not going to get this all the way past the butt, but we do want to get some crack in here. And this will be down rear. So maybe in there. I kind of like that. All right. And looking good. Okay, I'm going to put that back and then we're just going to pull the whole thing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 maybe. So in the back, we want to just see the crack. Crack kills, baby. Crack kills. I read that somewhere. It might have been the fuzz. There we go. Are you looking good? Boy, those tights are little. I'm going to do that. So that's going to be down 1. And by 1, I mean 01. Just in case. That looks good. All right, let's get you just below the butt cheeks. And just under the crotch. B2. Somewhere in there. OBJ selected down. 02. Okay, 3 will get us about midway down the thigh. Maybe like that. Take a quick look at the sizes of our exports just to make sure I don't see anything that's looking amiss. So we're good there. You are down, and I think 03 is where we're at now. All right, let's get it down to about the knees. So, legs down a little bit. I'm gonna make that 4. And then I'll because of the A pose on 8, I don't drop it all the way down to the ground. So we'll probably just get it because now it's just stretching it weird. But we're fine for this. We'll do this export. OBJ selected and down 04. On Genesis 9, we can just drop it way down to the ankles. And we'll do this. Maybe somewhere in there. Somewhere. Maybe like that. Are you looking okay? I can't tell. I guess I'm going to go with that. All right, let's export you. That, of course, will never work with the boots. Most of these probably won't work with the boots. Actually, a lot of these won't even work with the tunic. Oh well, c'est la vie. Down 05. Save. And okay, so I think I'm good. Let's load these up and see. And make sure if there's anything I have to redo. I'm going to sort that by date modified. And currently, the last one we did was pull left, so we want to load in basically from here. Open those. Accept. Looking good. Think we're fine. All right, we're going to set these up and we're going to save them out. Let's go into edit mode on these. Let's change the colors. Set the presentation. Color A, for, no, actually for special morphs, I like this color. And then color B, we always make black. Just works out. Just the habit I got into. All right, now we're going to set this group. Set the property group. Put you in actor. I don't have a special in here yet, so I have to add it special. And accept that. All right, I think that's good. No, I've got to save this. We knew that. Let's double check how our morphs are looking. Hey, those are all colored right. Hey, those are all limited to 100. Those are limited to 100 too, even though I don't know those, need those. What are you guys? You guys are limited to 100. Okay, these are looking fine. We're going to save these morphs out. The other morphs I didn't do anything to, so all I really need to do is just save the specials that we just made. We're going to save those out. All right, Genesis 8 tights are done. Well, not done. We still have to check a few things. Anyhow, let's move on to the G9. I'm going to be bold. I'm going to delete that. We're going to run over here to Genesis 9. We're going to do the Genesis 9 tights a lot like we just did those. So hopefully we're like in a groove and this will go even faster. Ha! He said overly optimistic. All right, let's make sure we've got a good pair of tights to work with here. So come to parameters. We're going to export these out. So mesh resolution, we're going to set you to base. I'm going to turn the smoothing off. Export that. You're going to become tights G9. But what I'm going to do is move this. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to copy this whole category here and use this as a starting point. That's going to be G9 now. Then I'm going to overwrite the tights. So if I need to, I still have my G8s, but this is where the G9 stuff's going to go. All right, so we're going to save that. We should be able to load in the 4 off the body morphs. Those are the first ones we did. So those I don't have to redo again. So we should be able to just get away with just doing Morph Loader Pro. And it doesn't make any difference. I got 2 copies of these now. And this one here, hanging 1, hanging 2, on the ground 1, and on the ground 2 should work with this. I want to say I'm optimistic that's going to look good. I think that's going to be fine. Okay, now we're going to do the other ones. All right, so in here, we can just get rid of all of this stuff. Stop that. We need a G9 avatar now. And we are working with the base, which is, where are you? Base right there. Somebody's got a fitting suit visible. Let's stop that. I'm not sure. Where are you? Are you? I see that. Somebody inadvertently fat fingered something. Is that a bounding volume? No. I don't know why I'm showing this. I shouldn't. This is a little annoying. It just kind of bothers me. There's show avatar. Show line avatar. I get the feeling there should be something here. I saw the show arrangement points, right? No, there's show arrangement points, but that's not what I'm looking at. Show fitting suit. That's what I kept thinking it would be in here, but it isn't. And why are you white? Because I accidentally clicked on something in here. All right. All right, now we can load in those tights, right? Import add obj to garment. And we're working out of the G9 version of the directory with the G9 tights. We're going to get that in here. Should be good. All right, let's do the pulls. So just grab a little bit of that. That's a little bit more than I wanted, I think. Maybe like that. That's probably good. File, export, obj selected. Actually, one of the reasons I made a copy is it's just easier for me to just do this instead of typing names out. I want to cancel that. Actually, what I want to do is I want to add additional thickness of 5 to that. Now we're going to export. OBJ selected, and you are pull left. Okay, undo. This time I'm going to remember to set this beforehand. Now we're going to pull to the right. Wrong tool. Yeah, pin lasso. Why are you not? Oh, what the hell? Why are you working over here? There it is. I don't know why it wasn't working. Let's try this again. Without so many points. There we go. All right, that's pull right. Next time I'm going to remember to sort by date. Okay, let's undo you. Grab some of this. Export that. So I'm here. Let's sort by date modified. So this is kind of the order I did them in before. We are like right here, pull front. Just making it a little easier for to spot what I'm looking for. Okay, that was exported, I think. I should have actually watched. All right, file export, OBJ selected, pull rear. Looking good still. That back. All right, now we'll just pull. All right, let's make our friend here very sticky. Is my gravity still off? I think it was. It is. Okay. All right. So this will be the down left. You don't look as sticky as I was imagining. I think that's going to be good. Down L, there we go. Back, let's do the right. Maybe a little further. Try to get that. Try not to let that edge right there roll funny. Or at least what looks funny to me. Just a quick look. My numbers are looking good so far. It's down R. Put you back. This will be down front. I'm just kind of letting that relax down. I'm just going to let that kind of walk back up again. Maybe a little higher. Probably good. Where am I at? Down front. Okay, put that back, and then we'll pull the rear down. That's a little farther than what I actually wanted. Try that again. You know what? That's probably going to be okay. Down rear. Okay, put that back. Now down 01, so we're just going to kind of pull down this edge. I know I want to pull you down a little further. So I like to have one right about on the back, about at the top of the butt crack. All right, there we go. File export OBJ selected. And you are down one. Okay on that. All right, two. We're just going to get that right underneath the cheeks. Right about in there. Except we're a little above the cheek still in the back, but let's get that. It's because we're sticky. So with these straight legs, if I take the friction off this and add the gravity, these might actually just start dropping down on their own. We'll see how that works out for the next ones. I'm going to export OBJ selected URO2. And we are looking good there. I should probably check and see if my morphs load in okay. I probably should have done that a long time ago. All right, we are looking over here. And from here to here. I think I loaded in the hanging morphs already, right? All right, those are looking fine. Yeah, I think that's going to be fine. Okay, a couple of things. Let's turn some gravity back on. We've been working without gravity for most of this. It works out okay for the Genesis 8 because that A pose will make the pants from not wanting to drop anyhow. But with this, and then also if we loosen up the friction here on the, I think by default that's like 0.8, and we're just going to say 1. And I'm going to say 0.05, and then we're just going to see if anything goes on here. All right, let's stop that right there. I'm going to actually back that up just a little bit. Dang it, I went too far. I want you a little bit higher. Just had it at. Maybe right in there. That'll be 3. Okay, there we go. Okay, now we'll take it down to just around the knees and the shins. This will be 4. I think we're good here. This will just be. It's going to be 5. And those are the morphs for the tights done in the bag. All right, let's come over here, import those, clean up our morphs, and then save that stuff out. Okay, Morphloader Pro. No, you are a wrong thing. You are Morphloader Pro. Choose morphs. I forgot where I ended up, but it doesn't make any difference. We can just, I'm just going to grab all of those again. Should be good. I didn't have any more styled in, did I? I don't think I did. So we should be fine. Looks fine. Sarah would really like that morph. There you go. All for Sarah. Except there's too much clothes on this outfit. But she doesn't have to wear the tights, right? So there's a morph for her to get rid of the tights. I think, oh yeah, I'm cleaning these up. All right, so let's come over here. Let's change the colors. And let's move them under actor. So we're going to set that property group. Yeah, I don't have any special morphs in there yet, so we'll do actor / special. Accept that. Should be good. Let's go take a look at our morphs. Do you guys already got your limits? You do have your limits, I think. How about over here? Yeah, so these are all good to go. I've already renamed these. So all we have to do is just actually just say these special morphs. And these are kind of near done. Then we're just going to test the deforcing on it eventually. So modifier outfit, base, actor, special. We'll just do that. Should select everything underneath it, except. And that saves all those morphs we just made. All right, tights are done. We already have hanging morphs in the tunics. So and the and the zipped up or the buttoned up version of the tunic, that's all the morphs it needs. But for the undone ones, we still have to make things like the open morphs and stuff for that. So that's what we're going to do now. Moving along. Actually, let's make a morph for the gloves. I'm going to just take it in the Marvelous Designer, and we'll see if we can just get them to just like just put them on the ground, maybe one on top of the other, and I'll just call it a. And maybe we'll do another one with both of them flat. So let's try that. And for these, the morphs I make for one should work for the other. So we're just going to export that out. Are you guys fine? You guys look fine. Let's come over here in the general. Do I have mesh resolution is base? I haven't done anything to that, so I don't have to tweak anything here. So we're just going to export. And you know what? I'm just going to put that right up here in Morse, and we're just going to say gloves. Actually, I probably should put them into their own category. Here, let's make a folder for gloves. I don't need a lot of stuff in here, but I do want them to just be separate. So I don't get lazy and just overwrite on the ground morphs. There we go. Gloves should be good. Let's accept that. Let's pop over here. We'll reload the avatar. For right now, though, we just want to bring in those gloves. And right there, and grab you and say accept. And I'm going to just take this closer to the ground. And I think we'll just do that. And now I just want to get one on top of the other. See, they're connected. I think if I use a pin, I think I'm going to do this. Actually, where's my? I don't see my ground plane anymore. Did I? Where's the thing that shows the environment? Show 3D grid. There it is. All right, we're gonna move one to the center. I'm just gonna rotate you like that, and then I'm gonna take a pin and pin most of this so I can kind of move it, and we'll set it on top of the other glove. We'll try that. So here we'll do this, and then we can simulate, and then most of this I can move. I'm upside down. I thought I. Oh, I'm going through the ground. How weird. Oh well, let's bring you over here. All right, now I can zoom in. And I think we're just gonna kind of line that up. You know, the way you do, you usually, yeah. So I think I'm gonna flip you over and then drop you on top of the other. And we're gonna call that maybe on the ground 2 because it's neatly placed. We'll see how this works out. All right, now we'll just delete that pen, right? And I'm going to add a little bit of, this just helps. That's a little too much maybe in this case. Maybe I'm just going to go with 3. All right, they look good. File, export. OBJ selected. On ground 2. Generally, on ground 02 is the ones that I kind of neatly place. On ground 01 is the ones that I just kind of drop. So that's the reason why I'm calling this 02 before 01. Okay, now I'm just going to, can I just click on you? And we're just going to maybe bring you up like that. And I'm just going to drop this to the ground and see if we get something interesting out of this. That looks an awful lot like the other one. It's because they're gloves. It's not going to do a whole lot. Maybe we can do something like that. Maybe we'll just... Yeah, we're going to do that. There we go. And then we're done with the gloves. Hello, Liverick. How are you doing? Good to see you. In with the lurk. I'm adding special morphs to clothes today, so that's all we're up to. We just added a couple morphs for gloves. You were just reading up on DAS 2025, and it does work independent. Well, I was thinking with their alphas and betas, you can usually install those and not infect your main, not infect. Actually, I think that's the proper term, and not infect your main DAS. Do I not have a Liverick command? I do, but it's spelled with a Y. I haven't added a sound effect for Liverick yet, though. I think I have a Liverick command. There we go. All right, did I export that? I did. Let's make sure they work. Let's install them in here. Dun, dun, dun. Are you my Morphloader Pro? Yes, you are. I'm gonna come over here. Go to gloves. Grab our glove morphs. Open them up. I'm gonna accept. They look like they worked. It's all right. You can't spell. Yeah. Spelling hard. Typing hard. Looks good. Looks fine. All right. Let's change the colors. Let's move them. I think there's a actor. I don't have a special in here though for actor. All right, should be good. Let's save this. Right there. Actually, let's double check. I don't know. Are you you got limits and you got colors. So these are good. All right, let's do the morphs for Genesis 8 version. So we'll do this. We'll swing back over here. I'll bring out the Genesis 8 gloves. We're just going to load these morphs in. Looking good. Come over here. Yeah, all I got on here is expand all. It's fine. All right, let's change the colors on these. Set the presentation. Color A is kind of that reddish. Color B is black. Say OK and accept. And set the property group to actor / special. Except that should be good. Let's save that out. All right, gloves are done. Let's do the tunic. And well, that's probably, given the number of morphs in the tunics, I don't know if we're going to get much farther than that. We still have to, I still need to do a version of the harness that we can unbuckle. But we are doing the undone tunic, so let's do that. Let's select you. Let's come over here, look at our mess resolution. I have to change that when we save it, but right now that's good, and this is good, so we're going to export. I'm going to hide all of these. These are you all linked? You all are linked, so I can just get rid of you in one fell swoop. I'm going to run a D4 simulation, and I just want to see if this flops open like it's supposed to. And I'm just going to make a plane so that it catches the tunic. That did not fall apart. Do I have the right? Also, the D-force is set to a default. Let's set the D-force to full. Rocket harness. You know what? Let's just do this. Come over here. Do I have my attachment? I don't. I'm going to set the dynamic strength to be 1. Right now it's adjusted to work a little bit better by default, but if we want it to just be completely dynamic, I want to do that. And then we'll just see. I think I'm heading in the, yeah, I can see it coming apart. There we go. So that's what it's supposed to do. All right, did I export you? I don't think I did yet. Sort it back between folds. Spoiling that starter. All right, I'm exporting. I think I probably have a whip folder for the tunic, don't I? Tunic G9. We're just going to make sure. That's probably, this is the undone version though, so we need to do that. Oh, I have an undone version. I'm going to do an undone version again just to be sure. That's his Genesis 8. So we're not going to overwrite that because I'm in the Genesis 9 folder. Let's go to the Genesis 8 folder and let's overwrite that one there just to make sure we're working in the right page. Do I want to replace it? Yes. Looks good. Back over here. Let's get rid of the gloves. Let's load in a Genesis 8 avatar. Okay, let's get that undone tunic in here. Import add obj to garment. Tunic 8 undone. Should be good. Accept that. So I think we're going to start with maybe open 1, 2, and maybe 3. Well, let's do this. So there we can see it. It kind of just drops, which it's supposed to do. We're going to turn gravity off for a little bit while we're working with this. Also, let's select you, and I'm going to set that additional thickness to 5 just to give me a little more thickness. In the morphs, also we're going to make our avatar sticky. That's right, we're covering her in honey. For those of you that are in that kind of thing. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to stop that. All right, so I'm going to pin some stuff down so it doesn't move. I think I'm going to pin down a bunch of the back, and then we're going to pin the arms in place. while we play with opening up the front a little bit. And this opens out this way. You have absolutely no idea what I speak of. We're adding Morse, and I'm deciding. So when I put a pin in here, it's stuff that holds it in place. We're going to use this select mesh tool though, and I'm going to just grab all of that stuff there. And we're going to add that to it. I'm going to add this. I have the sleeve. I was speaking of cheeks. I was speaking of cheeks earlier, but not right now. And do I want the? And I think I want to get part of this collar so it doesn't move too much. Our collar seam is right about there. So grab maybe like that. And then what we're going to do is create a pin. And then I think I'm going to put another pin that's going to hold. We're going to add another pin through here, and we're going to delete it as we work. And this is going to be open right. We're going to call these. If I do this, it doesn't look like it did a lot. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to redo my pin. Edit, redo. Did I get my pin back? I'm not moving. It's thinking. It's going, oh, you want the pin back. I got to think. There we go. All right, I'm going to put a pin in here, I think. Let's do select mesh box. And so I'm going to kind of come through here. Pin that. I lost it. Let's try that again. I lost it again. Mesh select box, yes. We're selecting this mesh, yes. There it is. That's what I was doing before. Create pin. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this out this way. I can probably use a little bit of gravity. Yeah, I think we're going to get a little bit of gravity in here to help it come over a little bit. Not very much. So normal gravity is 9,800. We'll do 1,000. And I'll just do that. It'll kind of help it hold. And I think it's folded over a little weird. There we go. Oh, stop folding weird. I'm going to call that R01. I think we'll do an R03. So I'll unpin down to here. Kind of like just to do the same thing. And then R04, I'll just unpin the whole front and just let it open up. I think the left side's probably going to stay in place, but we'll work on that next. I think for that, I just have to maybe pull it out. We'll see. Anyhow, I'm not happy with that. Let's export you. File, export, OBJ selected. Open R01. I hope I typed 01. I wasn't really paying attention. Oh, it's back to thick again. All right, let's make sure that works. See, I remembered to check it off the bat this time before I cried. We are still in the gloves folder. Let's come over here to Tunic G8. Open R01, and I think we're good. I think that'll be fine. Okay, back over here. I'm going to get rid of this pin. Delete the selected pin. There we go. And then I'm just going to pin. We're just going to run that pin in here again, down to about in here. Great pin. Do that. Here. Just maybe pull. Let you just kind of relax a little bit. I think that'll be good. Let's go with this. Export OBJ selected. O2. All right, and then I'm just going to get rid of this. Delete selected pin. Look at that. It deleted the selected pin. How cool is that? I'm used to hitting that and watching all my pins delete. That's the reason why I'm acting surprised. You're going to be R03. And then I'm going to do an R04 and we're going to pull it even wider. But I think R03 will be something like that. Let's get that. File, export OBJ selected. Open R03, delete. And we'll do an open R04. We'll just pull it wider. And I'm going to pin this down. I know it's probably moved a little bit. I'm going to get this out here. I'll let you settle a little bit. Maybe a little stronger gravity. All right, we're going to turn the simulation off for just a second. Then we're going to turn it right back on. Actually, we're going to tweak. Now we're going to tweak simulation properties. Let's increase this to 5,000. And I'm going to do that, and it kind of settles a little better. I think we'll try that. So that'll be 4. Save that. Are we sipping tea? No, I've got milk tonight. That's what we've got tonight. Oh no, have these been... I gotta double check my morphs. I might have to redo some of these. Because it's doing the thing where it's automatically selecting thick again. Because it hates me. I might not be paying attention. I probably don't. I probably did the last 2 morphs wrong. Let's see. Let's do this. Let's do that. You know, these numbers look okay. So maybe I didn't screw anything up. Let's find out. They all loaded in. So I think we're good. 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's put it back. See if I can undo all the way back to the, otherwise I just have to delete. I'm going to redo these morphs, or these pins. Okay, so now we're going to do the left side. So you know what? I'm going to delete all my pins. I'm going to reset it up with an idea that we're going to do the left side now. And the left side might not have as many because it's actually covered by the right. So a lot of it's just a matter of, it just might be LO1 or LO2 where we just pull that left side out to clear the right side. Ooh, a little bit of chai with honey ginger. Sounds good, man. And then are you making bread tonight? Or are you just playing with you just getting ready to make bread within the week? All right, I'm going to select that. Select that. I'm going to come over here. Select this. I'll select that. I'm going to make a pin out of y'all. Y'all. There we go. Let's put a pin in most of the back here then. Is that where I want that? I don't think I want this to be pinned that much. So let's try this again. Maybe here. You got the weekly sourdough about doubled. That'll go in the fridge till Friday morning. But that's the way he wrote it. Dang it. I lost my pen. You're making your next day rye. Ooh. Why do you keep going away on me? Why you be bad to me? All right, we're gonna pin that. All right, let's see if we can pull this left side out. I'm optimistic that we can. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted to do. You know what? Maybe we'll just pull you up and over. Just kind of get you loose here. Uh-oh. I think I pinned just a little bit of it. I did. Dang it, dang it. I'm going to have to redo this and try not to pin any of that again. And I gotta get my back again. I lost my back. Oh, it's becoming painful. Come on. And then there's certain spots where it says, "Nah, dude, I'm not starting your pin there. I'm going the wrong way there." I'm try this again. All right, I got that. There are spots in here where I can't start my selection for whatever reason. I'm just going to blame the Craptastic selection tools again. All right, I'm not going to go all the way down to the bottom. We're going to miss that. This way I don't accidentally pin the underside like I did last time. Yo, it's Rod Shelley. How are you doing? We're helping this young lady get undressed. She's got clothes on underneath though, so don't get your panties in a bunch, man. Do I have any gravity on? I's got no gravity. There, now we got gravity. Do I want that like that, or do I... Oh, now you're stuck at the top. Oh, for crying out loud. I gotta redo this again. That Rod Shelley command. Wasn't expecting it. Nobody expects the Rod Shelley command. Alright, let's try this. I think I'm going to try to improve my pin right up in here, though. I'm going to try to keep this edge a little... Alright, now we're going to do this. Now we're going to try to pull this out. Chris, did you tell Rod that he's got a whole new DAZ Studio? I have not. Hey, Rod, there's a new version of DAZ Studio for you to learn. I know that's what you're hoping for. You're probably saying, "Gosh, I hope they come out with a new version of DAZ Studio just after, just for me." Oh, this got what are you guys doing? I probably shouldn't have pinned the shoulders up here so much. Yeah, let's see if we can get that loose, a little loose right in there. I got my gravity on. I don't have my gravity on, do I? Chris lost his gravity again. Woohoo! You get to learn stuff before you even learn stuff. No, that's pinned again. I keep screwing this up. You know what? I'm just going to delete all my pins. We're going to do this again. Actually, let's leave the arms. Okay, where are you? You're over there. So I'm going to be very careful to avoid that spot this time. But I do want to come through here. So there, we're going to do that. I'm just going to add this. I'm going to avoid some of the back. No. No more learning. All right, let's try this one more time. So we're going to try to pull the left side out from underneath the right side. I'm going to make sure this time. Oh, dang it. I'm going to make sure I create my pins first. All right, we're going to make sure our gravity is working. I want to hope that I haven't pinned anything wrong again. That's in the back. Should be good. All right, let's try this. Let's see if we can get this pulled out. I think I'm gonna like that. There we go. We're getting there. I'm gonna go with. I want to call that open left 01. Maybe, and then we'll just do one more left one. So file, export. That's an awful lot of doing stuff for just a morph, and not even a very good one. L01. Then, well, okay. I've been playing with sound effects too. I gotta make these into channel redeems or something.
Hey, bud, let's party.
Ah. All right, let's carry on with this. Pull that out a little further. I get you maybe to pull back this way. That's going to just be L2. All right, let's export that. It's going to be LO2. Ah! Did that work? Oh no, it didn't work. I'm so disappointed. Try exclamation point salami.
Is that a salami in your pocket, or are you just glad to see me?
It's a salami.
You know what it is? I love that line. I don't know, maybe there was a cooldown on Hey Bud. I have to see if I've got a cooldown on those. There's also Scream. We got a Scream. It's the same as Willie's command. I tracked down a copy of the Wilhelm Scream. I think this is good. There you go. Or technically, man eaten by crocodile. All right. Now we're going to do opens for both. So let's go back a little bit. All right, we're going to lose. Oh no. I was undoing too fast. I think this is fine. I'm just going to pin the back. Maybe something through here. I want to do some from Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, but I haven't found any good copies of. And I did find a copy of Buckaroo Banzai, so I'll be looking to make some from that soon. All right, let's create a pin there. So let's put a pin here and open up both. And then maybe open 1, open 2, open 3, I think is what I'm thinking. See if this works. Maybe go through here. Oh, come on, dude. It's doing it again. It's supposed to say, hey, do you want to make a pin? Instead of saying, hey, I'm going to make this selection go away and laugh at you. And I'm not sure why it does that. It's annoying. Let's try this again. It's like so it's doing that thing as if I'm clicking on arg. Try this. Let's do the mesh select. See if I can get it this. No. let me select my pin. There we go. All right, let's do an open on the top here. Do I have gravity on? I probably undid my gravity again. Let's get a little bit of gravity. Just a wee bit. All right, let's open you up. Just pull you kind of out. Hope that you can just kind of flop open. And then maybe get you opened up. Gotcha. See if we can get you to open out a bit more. Arg. Maybe I need more gravity. Yeah, let's tweak the gravity up. You know what? Let's put it back to normal. How many zeros did I just put in there? You know what? That's helping. So I want this to kind of pull out here, maybe. Yeah, it's probably okay. Are you still set to 5? You're still set to 5. All right, let's do this. File, export, obj selected, open 01. O1, save. Thin weld, okay. Let's get rid of this. Delete selected pin. Yay. And we'll just try to maybe pull you out like this. And maybe see if I can get this pulled over a little. Call that opened O2. I got stuff back here. I shouldn't have stuff back there. I'm going to delete that pin in the back there. And then we'll just maybe, can I get you to just drop over? Get you out here. Get that just pulled open that way. Here, I'm gonna stop that for a second so I have an undo point. Let's do this for just a second and then undo that and let it flop like that. I like that the color opened up the way I wanted it to. I think this will be open 03 file, export OBJ selected, open 03. I'm going to do some off the shoulder morphs now. And at this rate, we'll probably maybe finish this one up and call it a night. So let's put you back. Let's see how far we can undo to. I'm going to switch to low gravity. Here, let's clean all my pins up and I'm just going to reset them all. So we're going to pull, I'm going to try to pull this off the shoulder. I'm not sure how that'll do. One, we're going to just try to get it up over the shoulder, and then the other one, we're just going to pull it off the arm. We'll see how that works. And then this, I'm just going to pin down. So we'll just pin this arm down. And do I want to pin the front down? Maybe we do that. Help hold part of this in place. Maybe I'll try this. And we'll work on the left shoulder and see how far I can kind of naturally just get that up and off the arm here. Oh, did I? Dang it. I did that thing again. I accidentally pinned part of that. Let's try this again. I think that's probably good. Did I create pin? Okay, now let's try this. Are you coming out? Are you... Oh, come on, man. You totally were not visible. There we go. You just want to maybe pull that up and over onto the shoulder a little bit. Kind of like that, maybe. Get you a little free there. That'll be off shoulder L1. Off shoulder L01. Okay, this time we're just going to pull it off that arm and let it just droop down in the back. So this gets to be fun. I'm going to put that all the way over there before we start. activate the simulation. I'm just going to grab that and just pull till that comes off that hand. Come on. There we go. Now I'm going to slowly bring this back. I'm going to hope nothing got flipped inside of itself. All right, the hand is still stuck over here. So let's see if we can unstick that. There we go. All right, let's adjust the gravity a little bit. Let's put full gravity back on, and we'll just let that hang off of the one shoulder like that, and that's off to shoulder L2. Although that looks it's a little wonky in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to just do this strengthen thing and see if I can get this to see. This got folded around inside of itself. We might have to redo this. See, that kind of like flipped weird. Are you flipped inside out? I think it got weirdly flipped inside out somehow. It's a little Willy Wonka. Yeah, it's a little wonky. I don't know if I would say a Willy Wonky. Or you mean it's just being a dick? Hey-o. Did I fix it? Not quite. All right, we're going to undo this. I'm going to try to get that off that arm again. That Armageddon gone. All right, so the idea is I'm going to try to grab this and pull that off the hand and hope, fingers crossed, that it doesn't flip. So what it did is it basically went inside of itself and it's turned around. And we're currently still looking good there. Heyo. I'm close to being off the hand. Okay, there we go. Okay, it's looking good this time. So last time you could see it got itself really twisted into a weird bad way. And I think this time we've managed to get out of that. I'm going to tweak my gravity again because I probably screwed things up once more because I keep do that. So I think that's going to be good. So that's going to be our L off shoulder L2 file export OBJ selected off shoulder LO2. So I need to do this for the right side. And when we do both, we only do it once, because if you do it twice, it's not on the character anymore. Yeah, the version of off both shoulders all the way is on the ground. Off shoulder LO2. Okay, we're good with that. Accept that. Okay, now we're going to do the right side. Boom, 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 boom. We're going to slowly, and then we'll clean up all, delete all pins. And then we're just going to pin this arm. And then I want to run maybe a little bit of a pin through here. Okay, and then let's just pull this off. Let's tweak my gravity. Switch over to this. And we're just going to get this off that right shoulder. And that'll become off shoulder right. Probably good enough. Off shoulder right 01. And thin and welded. We're still thin and welded. Okay, and now we're going to just get that off that arm. Let's see if we can do that. I'm going to try to remember how I did it last time. Kind of in like baby steps, right? Pull it out. Get it stuck on the fingers. Maybe pull that down a little bit. And grab here again. Kind of pull it. And get that hung up on the fingers. See, we're making progress. Maybe pull you down a little. The rest of it seems to be coming. We're close. All right, I don't think anything flipped really badly yet. Okay, we're gonna kind of move our camera view, so I pull this. There we go. It's looking fine. Let's tweak the gravity on that. Well, my gravity is already at 50. That's probably good enough. File, export, OBJ selected, R02. There we go. Boom. Dum, dum, dum. All right. Okay, I think one more is we're just going to get it off both shoulders. I think I'm done with the Morse for the... And then I still have to do a Genesis 9 version. I still have to make unbuckleable harnesses. But for tonight, this is as far as we're going to get. We're just going to finish up the Morse in the Genesis 8 tunic. So let's get back to 0. Let's undo these pins. Delete all pins. Then we're just going to pull you out this way. And we're going to pull you over here. I'm going to just double, you know what, I'm going to put gravity back on full. And we're just going to kind of work this. Work it, baby. I want that out over there. I want you, I don't know, somewhere. There we go. Maybe. Is that good? That's what they were talking about. Maybe that's a good entry point for you, Rod. An error-ridden alpha version. Go get your alpha right now, Rod. Go get it. Go get it. Get that DAS machine running. All right, that's going to be off shoulder both. I think I'm going to go with that. Maybe a little bit more off shoulder here. Yeah, we're going to go. Let's try that. Export OBJ selected. Cancel. File. Export OBJ selected. There we go. Off shoulder both. You love figuring out those cryptic errors. There you go. Alrighty. Those all have values, so I apparently didn't screw anything up too bad. Accept that. We're going to back over into here. We're going to select you. We're going to load in my morph targets. Boom. Morph Loader Pro activated. Choose morph files. Tunic G8F. I was in the right folder. All of these. Activate. Accept. Boop, 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 boop. Looks like it worked. Off shoulder both. That looks like it's going to work. All right. Let's set our colors on this. Set presentation. Do that little weird red color. Do that. Accept. Let's move you over to special. So we'll set that property group to be. I think I have a special in here already, don't I? Actor special right there. Accept that. Pop over here. I'm just going to double check these. I think these are all good. Fit gloves. Should fit gloves be green? I think I should change the color of that. Let's make that green. All right, I think I'm good. I think I'm good. Are you guys got limits on you? Those have limits. These are all good. So all I have to do is save that and we're going to call it a night. So let's find a raid target. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it. Once again, I'm going to remind you, coming up Friday, it's Dream On Music's 5th stream anniversary. 5 years ago, our little Dree started streaming. Now, her affiliate anniversary is about a month after that, or a few weeks. But her streaming anniversary is this Friday. So we're going to have a big celebration. There is Lady Haga, one of Dree's personas over in the corner there, and we got a disco ball this week. Isn't that cool? So Friday, 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific time. That works out to be 9 p.m. to about 2 a.m. Eastern time. So check her out. I got to save this before I go. And I think I just have to do the special ones. We're going to do that. Select base. Come over here. Select special. And save. And that's where we're stopping for the night. So I still have to do the Genesis 9 version of this. And I still have to do the harness. So this is coming along nicely. I am making good progress here. I just finished up the work, and now I have to do promos for the other swimsuit I was doing, the synth swimsuit. I don't know if I was doing that on stream or not. I forget. And then we are working on the summer outfit, which I don't know. What are we calling? Summer blush? That's the one we were doing yesterday with the necklace and the bracelets. So that's in progress. So that's where we are. And I've got 2 things waiting for release at DAS and another thing waiting for testing. So there's the update. Yeah, thanks for being here, Rod. Hey, y'all following CS Bond? He might stream again. Dude's got an exciting new computer. He's thinking about it, so give him a follow. So if he does, you can hang out and be one of the cool kids. And also he has a Discord. Check out that Discord. So I think we're good. Art was here. Thanks, Art. Liverick was here. It is always a pleasure to see Liverick. And of course, CS Bond. Willie had popped in earlier, but I think Willie fell asleep and called it a night. I think he was sleep watching, something like that. Anyhow, let's find somebody to raid and call it a night here. Thank you for everybody on the YouTube, and thank you everybody on Twitch. So Twitch, we're going to go raid somebody. So let's see, who can we go a raid? Are you? That's YouTube. Let's not look at YouTube. Let's go look at Twitch. There's my Twitch. Let's do this. Jack's probably on, but I rate Jack an awful lot. So let's see if there's somebody not named Jack who we can go over and say hi to. There's Jack. And if there isn't, we'll just say hi to Jack. Jack's always a good target. Urumakin? Yeah, let's go say hi to Urumakin. We'll say hi to Urumakin, and we'll probably end up at Jack's anyhow. So that's usually the way it works. So let's go check out Urumakin. Urumakin's just a cool hangout streamer. He's probably doing words on stream or opening up a Kinder Egg. So let's go over and say hi to him. We have the raid calls. If you're not a sub, feel free to use that one. If you are a sub, use the sub raid call. Hey, feel free to join the Discord. If you put stuff in the gallery, we share it on the Saturday Night Social. Also, I try to announce whether I'm actually streaming on scheduled streaming days. The next one, which will be Thursday, 7 p.m. More stuff like this. I'm not sure. I'm thinking we'll probably be working on the summer dress, but we'll see where we are with this. I really need to make more progress with this because I really kind of want to get it submitted next week. I've been kind of avoiding this one. It's got so many moving parts, so much stuff in it. It's taken me a while to work through it. Anyhow, so let's do this. Thank you all. Let's start these raids. Irumakin. I'm going to go open up Irumakin in another stream, in another tab here. So I can make sure Zyrus Dana's on, but we'll do a Irumakin. We'll try to, I have to kind of get into a mental frame, because you got to shoot over to Zyrus Dana before she calls it a night. Anyhow, we're going to do that. I'm going to do /raid and Control-V. There goes the Irumakin. Alrighty, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. I hope to catch you all in the future. Maybe Thursday, maybe not. Anyhow, yeah, let me do that. I'm going to copy my raid call, and then we're going to get out of here. I'm copying my raid call. Control-C that. Alrighty. Thanks a lot. Hasta la vista, baby. Bye, Rod.